Hello everyone, this is Teddy Keckstedt from Forex Trading Unlocked, and we are here on March the 3rd, 2020 with a Forex market daily analysis for you and live trading. We're going to see what's going on with the markets and see how things are shaping up so far. So first, before we get into anything, we want to have our disclaimer up to remind you that this webinar is only for illustrative and educational purposes only. So, with that being said, we're going to move on to our live screen where we have the Forex-Trading-Unlocked.com website already pulled up. We have the workstation page already up, and we're going to skip past the numbers, toggle down to our charts, and see what's going on. Well, the euro US dollar rather lackluster today after quite the volatility after the past few sessions. So right now we're keying off the high from yesterday around 111.84 as an upside breakout pivot. Below there, where aggressive shorts are looking for a little bit of a reprieve, a consolidation, maybe a correction back down towards 109.51 area. Only a failure from here takes us off the bullish campaign that right now volatility and direction definitely have seen proven that the bulls are making a stance here. We've had the biggest upside move in the euro in months. Actually, it may even be one of the biggest ones for the past year and a half, especially with the volatility over the past few sessions. So right now, bears and bulls are grappling as we're talking. Oh, wow, everything went bid. The 9 o'clock numbers came out. Looks like we have a little bit of show of strength going on here. Let's see. Oh, we're going to break. It looks like we're going to challenge this 111.84 pivot here. So the bull trend has been intact and remains intact so far. As you can see, we are as we are talking, the market is going bid and lifting up towards that key resistance from yesterday. Is it going to pop? That's going to be a good question. So we're going to see what's going on in some of the other markets. We have a one sell signal, but we'll get to that market later. Right now, let's cover the major currency crosses in Europe. We are following these trades. So if you're bullish and we were bullish, we had finally gotten stopped out today. We had raised our stops up, and well, it would be nice to be part of these new highs, but we had already manifested our whole beyond our trade targets. And remember, pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered. So, and this market could obviously turn on a dime with this volatility. So we have the bulls pressing upward resistance, making a higher move high as we speak. Let's see what's going on in the British pound US dollar, which has been a sideways to lower trade now for quite some time. And then yesterday, or 2 days ago, spiking a nice low, trying to show some support yesterday. And now it looks like it's grinding higher. Our dollar is still looking to take a little bit of heat right now. So dollar's under pressure off these 9 o'clock numbers. We have the euro US dollar making new move highs. We have the pound US dollar also in rally mode. Now we know that these two are the biggest components of the dollar index. So the dollar index as an indicator is definitely looking bad right now after these 9 o'clock numbers. So for the pound, we have a breakout to the upside at $1.3020 or a breakout to the downside at $1.2721, just below where we're trading right now. Let's get this a little clearer for you. So you can see this downtrend that we've been in. We've been bobbling support, and we came right below real key support, holding up this sideways trade for the past few months. So this is a critical area we're in right now where we're bobbling. So we'll see how things are going. This market is lifting the bid right now as well. So we are seeing these numbers impact the currencies at 9 o'clock and showing a little bit of dollar weakness. So now let's see what we have going on with the US dollar Swiss franc. Now this US dollar Swiss franc trade fell out of the bed last week in a big way, and you can see that the Swiss bulls are back and in business, and they mean business, that's for sure. So let's see how these things are manifesting right here. So the US dollar is also weak versus the Swiss right now. It looks like the Swiss bulls are taking control again, and they want to hammer new move lows. So the euro has already made higher move highs versus the dollar, and the Swiss has yet to do that. So we'll see how this manifests over the rest of the trading session today. Right now, we don't have a signal. The trend is your friend. It looks like if you're still short, we got out of ours yesterday. We had been lowering our stops and had a nice move that we caught, and we overshot our targets. So, and once again, pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered. So we're out of that trade. Market looks like it's trying to bottom here, but who knows? Maybe we pressure new move lows on this one too. So dollar weakness is definitely creeping in through the major currency crosses, as you can see. We don't have any trades. We only the continuation of the trend trades if you're already in them right now. We're looking for a signal, but we do have one that we're going to come over to right now. So the US dollar Canada, let's see how this is reacting. US dollar Canada gave us a sell signal yesterday with a bearish engulfing line. Today the market probed higher, and we definitely have, as you can see, we have the market in a free-for-all. And let's see, we have our live account here. We do have our Canadian dollar position. We're short from $1.33.35 with a stop at 34.64. I think there's where let's see, where is the Canada? Here's the Canada chart right now. So we'll throw that up there. As you can see, here's our short. We're using the high up there as our risk. So this high, this pivot at $34.67, it's a wide risk area, but you can see how big of a down day it was. So right now the market is right where you could have gotten in all day long. Today you could have gotten in as a better seller for the sell signal. We shall see what happens. The pivots are the high from 2 sessions ago and the low from yesterday. A failure off of yesterday's low helps to confirm bearish momentum. So we have this sell signal in place. Now the risk reward on here, this is a big signal here. So if you're not getting in now, or if you got in a little bit earlier after it was triggered, for those of us that know about this signal already, then I would say use caution here. You don't want to sell into these lows now any further below here. So if you're not in the trade or getting into the trade, I would use caution. So right now, binary options strike price is above $1.34. Selling those, it looks like, and especially above $1.34.67. So let's see here, $1.34.75 strike price. What would that be at? Let's see, $1.34. We got the U.S. dollar Canada we're pulling up here. Let's see. We're waiting for the binary options to come up here for the U.S. dollar Canada on our Nadex binary option platform. Okay, there we go. Weekly. Let's get the weekly quote here. And let's see, what was this again? We have a, let's see, what was it? $1.34.75 is what we're looking for. So $1.34.75. So these are cheap up here. This is like, these strikes are very high right now. So let's look at something closer to the market. Underline is $1.33.26. So if we look right here, okay, so if we're at the money right now, taking the binary trades, the levels you'd be looking at are these as $1.33 and $1.33.75. So this is the area that you would be looking for to get short in. Versus the futures, which is you have to adjust for the spread between the difference between the futures and the Forex cash, which is about, I think, around 10-12 pips right now for the spread. So outside of that, using the high, no matter what, as a bear from 2 sessions ago, that is your risk level. And our target, now as far as that, we're looking for this break right here to take out this last higher move low. Now what would that do? Failing from here, not only does it help to aid this sell signal and probably fuel it through some stops, it would also confirm a change in trend. So right now we're coming off a higher move high. The question is, are we going to set a higher move low, meaning that this sell signal will not manifest itself? Because just to give you an eyeball for a target of where we would be looking for this market to break down to, let's pull up the fibs. And as you can see, our 50% mark is right below or right above where this last higher move low is. But our target actually is more coming down to here to the 0.618 off of this, because this is a very strong sell signal. So let me get rid of this Fibonacci stuff to make it a little clearer here. So you can see this blue line here, this is pretty much our target line right now for this bearish engulfing sell signal. And now it's, how hard can that be? Also, if we take out this higher move low, there's most likely going to be some grinding stops that'll explode and push us back down towards this area. At this point, then the question is dollar strength is that a problem, or is dollar weakness a problem? Right now, we know that the dollar is in a corrective mode versus other currencies. So the question is, are they going to keep pressing this movement, or are they running out of gas? So we don't know yet. We have to wait for a signal in the other markets, but we do have a confirmed signal in the U.S. dollar Canada. This may be the precursor to the turn in some of these other currencies as well. So we're going to have to see how that goes over the next couple days. But right now, the bears, we have a high probable trade signal going on right now. We're going to see how it manifests. Like we said, we already have it short from $1.33.35 in the cash Forex market. So it's the $1.33.45. So it's just a little bit above where it's at right now. As you can see, it's just a slight right there. $1.33. So, excuse me, $1.33.35 is the price level. Excuse me. So just below where the market's trading right now, which is right on this pivot too. So we're looking for the bears to take over this trade. We'll see how it manifests. So let's see how the U.S. dollar is doing versus the Mexican peso. You want to talk about volatility for a Forex trader. Geez, this market has been absolutely beast, right? Now here's the funny thing is that we know that markets come out like they go in. If the high from a few sessions ago is the short-term high and a lasting high, look at this velocity of this trade. So if this is the case, we definitely have the potential to see this market come back down towards around 19 pesos sometime within the next few sessions or so. So US dollar, this has been in a bear trend versus the peso for quite some time. We've had this explosive rally, obviously, that has happened as of late and has really made this market come to you know, wake up. Because if you see, this was a grinding trend lower. This peso, unless you were short just with patience, it was a tough trade. But now, talk about volatility. This thing is swinging around like the S&P 500 pit, it does. Like it's kind of crazy right now. So this volatility, we have to watch this. We were bullish this move because the way this dollar exploded. Now we're looking for a higher move low. We made a higher move high, so the question is, are we going to continue to make higher move lows? Well, this thing has only almost going straight up. So we're looking around 1895 here. Right around here. If we have a failure from this level, then I think you're definitely confirming the bear trend is back. Anything above that keeps this in an aggressive bullish posture, and we'll see how this trade manifests. So right now we don't have a signal in the peso. Let's go to the US dollar JPY and see what's going on over here. US dollar JPY, we are back laying on support. We're using the low from yesterday's session as our downside pivot. Below there, we continue to be bearish. This thing has such volatility, it's really hard to get a grasp on this market. So we have to just look at this as waiting for it to establish a range and figure things out that way, and then we'll just take it from there. But right now, there's a wide parameter. We just came off a higher move high, and now we just made a lower move low. So the key is, can this pivot at $7.33 hold? If it does, this might be a very good buying opportunity for aggressive bulls. For bears, if you're already in the trade, keep it tight and see if we can hammer support and get another breakout to the downside. We still are making lower move lows and lower move highs. All the reason in the world to think that this market is going lower. So we shall see how this one goes. Let's check out how other things are going in this part of the world. Australian dollar, US dollar. Boy, this currency can't catch a break if it wanted to, but look what's happened over the past 2 days. All of a sudden, there's strength here. A correction is long overdue. This market is so technically overdone. But we will see how this goes. Right now, the 9 o'clock numbers are fueling this rally against the dollar and the Aussie. So as you can see, we have our major currencies that are lifting versus the dollar. So for everything we're looking at, pretty much the U.S. dollar is not doing so well today. So the index obviously is under pressure. Dollar is under pressure. The numbers aren't working favorably for the dollar, and the other currencies are helping to either continue corrections or begin new turns. So let's see what's going on with the New Zealand dollar, U.S. dollar. This is another one that's had trouble trying to find a bottom in that area, and wow, looks pretty much the same as the Australian dollar, U.S. dollar trade, huh? So I guess we have to catch this trade right now, watching that we have a correction now going versus the dollar and some of these other currencies. We'll see how whether they continue or if this is just a little head fake. So right now they're very, very aggressively strong. They're going bid, and we'll see. It looks like the dollar is under fire right now. So now speaking of under fire, there's one trend that has been only for the aggressive and various experienced Forex traders, and that's this US dollar TRY. Wow, this market is just tanking now. It came off. We had a sell signal here yesterday as bearish engulfing line. And this thing today is just unraveling. You can see how it had been higher earlier in the day, and now it's definitely hammering new lows. The question is this just finding another correction like this before it bases and makes a run for new highs? We're going to have to see. But right now we have this sell signal in the US dollar Turkish lira that has us targeting back towards this 6 cents level, or 6 cents level. If we can find support here. Well, this trend has been a major bull, so like look at this, it just right now is right around that symmetrical correction right here. So we'll see if we find support or if this sell signal really manifests itself and starts to bury this market. Very wide spread in this market, so it's not for the faint of heart. You really have to take a position in this market and figure out what you're going to do. You have to hold on. You can't just, you got to stick to your guns with this market. It's not for intraday trading just because you're looking at the spread depending on your broker at 40 to 50 pips wide, just getting in and out. So that's almost a whole dollar getting in and out of a trade. So take that into consideration if you're looking to trade a move like this. So we do have a signal here, but because of the volatility and the extreme natures of this currency, we don't want to really steer this towards anybody except for those that really know what they're doing with the currencies and also have the money management skills and the deep pockets to be able to take care of this trade also as well. So let's go back to the US dollar Canadian trade that we do have on. We have that short signal. Remember, that was triggered yesterday. Today it's taking a little bit of heat, so we're just going to have to see how it goes. You always got to stick with your signals, and you don't be subjective. You stick to your system and follow it one way or another, whether it wins or loses, and just keep on plugging away. So right now we'll see how this goes. We're just taking a little bit of heat on this trade, but just not very much. So we'll see if this holds or if it falls apart. And since we started out with some of the major currencies, let's see if the euro US dollar, how this is going. All right, so it poked a new high, but it's having trouble. So 15 minutes after the number rolling out, it looks like we had that reaction to the dollar. Now the question is it going to stay or is it going to fall apart? We've had a big accelerated rally here. We've only had one down day since we set the low a week and a half ago. So, and even that was a doji. So we'll see how this goes with our trading this week. In the rest of the session right now, you saw the signals that we have. We're going to find out how they manifest over the course of the day. Outside of that, this week so far, we're out of all those trades that we were working and even had carried on through the beginning of the week. So we'll see what happens. We have to wait for other opportunities. Right now, we took our profits and took our hit on the 1 yen trade at the end of last week. So now we'll just ride this. We have, like I said, we are short the Canada, right? US dollar Canada right now. And we'll see when we can manifest another trade. And we also have that trade in the Turkish lira that is out there. You can see that we didn't take it and we're not taking it either. So with that being said, you have a good day. Always remember to check us out at www.forex-trading-unlocked.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you go to YouTube and just do a search for Forex Trading Unlocked. Subscribe to our channel, and then when we have our webinars like this and other lessons and what have you, you'll be emailed and notified so that you can be there right when it's happening. So with that, we're going to go back to our Forex Trading Unlocked. Oh, you know what? Here's real quick before we end. Since we talked about these buy and sell signals, read the book High Probable Japanese Candlestick Patterns, available on Amazon, on Kindle, and paperback, and you can learn how to utilize these signals like the one we just looked at in the US dollar Canada, and we'll see how this trade